Hey guys, it's real estate roundup time. Here's the headline. Massive price correction week over week. Days on market is down. 35% housing shortage in Lakeland specifically. All right, let's talk about the last 7 days in Lakeland and Polk County, Florida, see what's happened in real estate. It was the end of January, so that last day of the month is included in this video stats, which makes a difference. So for the last week, the average home sold was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, and that has stayed pretty consistent. The square footage plummeted by over 200 square feet to 1,745 square feet. It was 1,951 last week. That will make a big difference in the price. 200 square feet, even at $100 per square foot, that's $20,000, and it's more than that, right? List price went down $88,000 week over week. That's a big number, to $311,000 on average list price. The average sold price went down $80,000 to $306,000. Now that's a week over week number. Last week we had gone up $48,000 and $50,000 respectively for list price and sold price. So that adjusted down again. So when we look over the long-term horizon, it's pretty flat. So don't freak out too much when there's these massive swings week to week. When you look at the 12-week or the 12-month running average, it's a lot more stable, a lot more plateaued. That's how it goes. Average days on the market went down by 10. That's a significant number. So last week we went from up from 74 to 79 days. The week before, 68 days to 74 days. This week, we're down to 60 days. And that's a 10-day drop from last week. That's pretty big. It's a week and a half. Sold price to list price, 99%. Now, that's the highest it's been for a while. It's been as low as 95. It hovers usually between 97 and 98%. And remember, that is the percentage of the final list price, not the original list price. As sellers acclimatize to the market, as the realtors price them more accurately to begin with, that number has to be dropped fewer times, if any. And in this case, it was 99% of the final list price. This does not take into account seller concessions like closing cost assistance or when builders buy down a rate. The average list price per square foot went down by $19 to $179. That's a pretty big swing. And the average sales price per square foot went down $15 to $106 per square foot. Now, generally when that happens, that does mean that there was either a bunch of new build closings that were big. Some of these big homes that are 2 stories, they're $140, $150 a square foot, brand new. It's unbelievable the pricing they're bringing in. So if there's a bunch of those, that will tank that average price, because on a resale home, they've been more like the 185, 195, 205 number. On those resales, on these new builds, they're really, really aggressive. Also, it could mean that a bunch of fixer-uppers were sold and dragging that average price per square foot down. Okay, let's have a look at the listings activity. So 94 new listings, 51 sold listings, and 88 new pendings. Those are higher numbers for new and sold, gone down slightly for new pendings. We have 106% replenishment ratio, meaning we had more homes listed than taken off by new pendings. In the county, new listings went up to 401, new sold listings went up to 249, and new pending listings went to 399, which is great. If you've been listening, 400 is the number, and we're there, which is great. We had 400 new listings, 401, and 399. Right at that 400 number, that's where we need to be. All right, so there was 42 listings taken off the market, and that makes sense because it's the transition from January to February. So we had a lot of canceled, withdrawn, and expired listings. Last week it was only 19, this week 42. Months of supply is at 3.89%. That means we only have 65% of the needed homes, and we have a 35% shortage. The active listings went up slightly from 1,076 to 1,084. The listings that had a price drop actually went down to 115, just slightly from 118 last month. And the mortgage rate went from 6.19 to 6.16. Please come out to First Friday. It's going to be great this Friday from 6 to 9, Mardi Gras theme. It will be unbelievable. See the description, subscribe, share, and comment. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.